Hey, it's Jimmy here from Transform Your Body, and the blog today has actually come up after a conversation that I had with one of the boys. Made a joke about, you know, why do the guys come out of prison looking like something jacked freaks that you might see for like a Marvel superhero's physique, is almost. And well, this has got me thinking for today. So, what's the top 5 things that we can learn from the guys that have, been training in prison? And the tip number 1 is they've got a routine with their eating, with their sleeping, whether they like it or not. They're going to sleep at the same time. They're eating at the same time every day. Plus, they train at the same time every day. So there's something to be said about that, because the human body loves routine, day in, day out. Yeah. Plenty of rest, as I was saying before. So they go to bed early. They wake up early. They even have time for a nap during the day. So I know you guys are busy, but if you can even squeeze in like a 15-minute nap even on a weekend or somewhere, just to recharge the batteries, boom, get amongst that. Number 3, they don't have information overload. So what that means is, you're not getting results at the moment, not purely because you don't have the right information, because you got too much information. These guys have got one plan, that's it. They just stick with it and they see it all the way through. They're not looking at this blog, looking at social media, seeing what this guy's doing and chopping and changing week after week, and not seeing one routine or one plan all the way through. So there's something to be thought about, to be said about that as well. Number 4, this is a big one. So, during the 60s and 70s, I actually found this in the book called Jailhouse Strong, believe it or not, and during the 60s and 70s, the general public was starting to get scared because the prison inmates were coming out looking like some jacked freaks. Like, these guys were looking absolutely huge. So they started taking all the gyms out. So these guys got creative, doing stuff with body weight, sometimes very, very minimal equipment. And so what they've done is they've used this technique called volume and density. What that means, basically, is things are something as simple as a push-up. They're just doing a lot of volume. And density as well. So they might be like banging a hole. Sometimes they might only have like 20 minutes to do it. So they're fitting a lot of training all in a short period of time. No rest, or very, very minimal rest period. So there's something to be said about that too. And number 5, this one's pretty hard for us to do, but they're in like a competitive, testosterone-driven atmosphere. So, the threat of being stabbed or killed or something is very real. Very, very real every day. There's fights every day. Now, I don't suggest you go out and try and get in fights and stuff every day, but you can have that competitive atmosphere with a training partner, or joining a couple of groups, like some training groups and things like that, where you could really drive that competitive atmosphere between each other. So that's my top 5 tips of stuff that you can learn from guys that have come out of prison looking like jacked freaks, that you can use into your own training as well. Hope this has helped you out, guys. I'll see you next time.